far today, I've watched two films. I'm going to do them in one video, and then I've got some more films on my plate for the evening. Today's films, both of which expire on Filmstruck literally today. So you've missed them. I should have watched them earlier. I had 6 months, and I keep messing this up. So, anyways, the first one was wait, I wrote down how to say the name so I wouldn't mess it up. Hold on, I don't have my notes. Xhanfize Keko. And her film was called Tomka and His Friends, and it was restored recently by the Albanian Film Cinema Project with assistance from the Packard campus of the Library of Congress. And this is a great film about children. It's from 1977. It's set during World War II, and the plot follows Tomka and his couple of friends and their adorable corgi named Luli, who get into some mischief, finding, leftover artillery and things like that, and because it's the war and it's ending, and kids will be kids. And their favorite thing to do is to play soccer in this big field in the middle of their town. However, some escaping German troops, aka Nazis, take over their field to set up their camp as they're trying to flee from the Allies in Italy. And the kids are like, no, this is our camp. Like, this is not okay. And the Nazis have their own dog, whose name I'm forgetting is like Og or something like that. And there's this great part where they're like, he's supposed to be this like mean guard dog, but they totally get him to just be a sweet little puppy, as they infiltrate basically into this Nazi camp to shut it down so they can play soccer again. And eventually they get aided by the town to basically take down the Nazi camp so that they can have their football field back. And it's just a delightful film about the resilience of children, and it's filled with joy and wonder and destroying of Nazis, so it's quite timely. So I recommend trying to find this one. I believe it was a milestone release. I'm not actually sure on that, but definitely track down this restoration if you can. I'm sorry that I didn't watch it early enough to recommend it when you could still watch it on Filmstruck. But you've got a couple hours, so if you're watching this right now, you can flip over and watch Tomka. The next film I watched was Djibril Diop Mambéty's The Little Girl Who Sold the Sun. This was the second film in a series of a planned trilogy of stories of regular people that Mambéty was making in the 90s. However, he died of lung cancer before he could finish. And actually, The Little Girl Who Sold the Sun, his final film, was released posthumously. But it was considered by many the best film of 2000. And it was released in 1999-2000, but I think in America in 2000, because it was on several lists of the best film of 2000. And it tells the story of a girl named Cili, played by Lisa Balera, who is in Senegal, and she has, I think, I'm not sure what one of those diseases where your legs are sort of not usable and you have to walk with crutches. I'm not sure what the ailment is, but she has that, and her only family member is her grandmother, who's a blind street singer, and so she is trying to make money, and she decides she's going to start selling a newspaper. However, this is a trade mostly done by boys, and the boys try to beat her up, and even the male who runs the newspaper stand is like, this is a boy's job. And then thankfully there was a woman working there too, and she's like, girls can do anything boys can do. And that's that's Celi's sort of feeling on the subject as well. She's like, if they can do this, I can do this. And she ends up being the best person at selling the newspapers and makes enough money to get some shade for her grandmother and her singing, and basically just survive. And this film was dedicated to the street kids of Senegal, and actually was featured several kids that were actual like street kids. And it's just a very humanist, fun film. It's about 45 minutes long, and I kept finding myself when Celie is like just telling the dudes like no. I kept going, but yes, because she's so strong and so sure of herself. And like at one point, she makes a big sale, and this cop thinks that she's stolen the money and takes her down to the police headquarters. And instead of panicking, she's just like, he accused me of stealing. He had no proof. He didn't ask for my ID. This is bullshit, and I want an apology. And damn straight, she gets her apology. And she goes about her business and keeps selling her newspapers, and she's just fantastic. So this is a delightful film. It's from again from 1999 2000. It is Mambéty's final film, and it is a ray of sunshine. The Little Girl Who Sold the World or Sold the Sun. It is on Filmstruck again, expiring today. But if you can find it elsewhere, I definitely recommend it. Both these films, Tomka and His Friends and The Little Girl Who Sold the Sun, were great pieces of world cinema about the resilience of children. And I think that's always a timely subject. And you should check these films out.